You always do.
Here's the thing, dude. Is I feel like I drink a lot of water, but because I pee a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's just because I drink simply too much coffee. And I piss a lot.
Or water.
I don't feel like I drink as much water as I should be. How do you really know? Do they have like
What color is your pee?
Yeah. If it's
solid copper?
If it's
That's not enough.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
If it's the color of your coffee, definitely.
So you're saying the dark is not good?
Dark is bad.
Are we on?
And yeah, we're live.
Welcome back to another episode of Convos Cafecito. We are not in the gym, as you can see. We're with Mr. Joe O, and of course Eric.
Hi.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, we're actually in Joe's what do you want to call this place?
The Love Shack.
Whatever you want to
This
call
is
it.
your
Wellness center, I guess.
This is your office.
The wellness
This is
suite.
my office.
This is
yeah.
his office. We're in Joe's Wellness Center. His human equation. Is it what is it going to be on the sign outside?
Human equation wellness.
But with the 8 or without the 8?
Without.
Okay. Perfect.
Oh, so people, how many people do you get that say it wrong?
Not many.
Really?
Yeah.
Human.
I think people would get it wrong all the time.
You think so?
I feel like I spell it wrong all the time.
You probably just don't know how to spell.
I don't know. how to
Because I
spell.
don't, dude. I am the worst speller ever.
You know what we should do?
I'm
we
so
should have a
thankful.
fucking spelling bee. Even though we know Joe's gonna win, we should have a fucking spelling
Spell
bee.
Rizzuto.
Spell off.
Rizzuto.
Can you use it in a sentence? Ruh.
He was a
Right.
baseball player.
Actually, dude,
Billy
let's just try it
Madison.
right now. Joe, give me and
No.
Steven a word.
No.
And let's see if we can get
Absolutely
it.
not.
No, let's just try. Let's just see who just
Yeah,
out of the
because
way.
he has a really good vocabulary.
Yeah, 100%. He
Yeah.
reads more than both of us put together.
Yeah.
Give us a word.
Like a common word?
Just any word. Like a good, like a, maybe
a
like
word.
a 7 word. Like a good hard 7 words.
Seven.
Pseudonym.
Pseudonym?
Oh, I
Yeah.
tap out. Tapping out.
No. You got to
Tap
try
out.
it. Okay, we'll try it next time.
Pseudonym.
Okay, yes. So like Steven said, we are not at the gym today. We are at Joe Ombrello's Wellness Shack.
Human equation. At the human equation place.
Yeah, we thought it was a good idea to. You're probably one of the first guests where we came and checked back in. So this is kind of
The
tight.
first one.
Yeah, because I was
Yeah.
actually thinking about it last night.
You're
'Cause,
so uncomfortable right now.
yeah, I don't know what to do.
Whatever you want.
I'll just sit like this.
That's fine.
Just tell me when I start getting all hunchback of
Okay.
Notre Dame.
Cool.
All
All right. Sorry.
No, you're good. I was thinking about it yesterday. I was like, okay, this is gonna be cool because this is gonna be the first time we get back with the guests to like check up, because that was kind of like the beauty of having the podcast. We have guests on and then check back with them. Because last time we talked to you, we were talking about all this as like an idea, remember?
Yeah.
Because we were talking about this, and then the We project wasn't even a thing, and then we kind of, for people that listened to the last episode, Steven kind of talked about the We project or Project We a little bit and gave people a little bit of a breakdown of what that was.
Cool.
But I think we were like, oh shit, well maybe we can go back and sit down with Joe and really fucking break this thing down, because when you luckily we get to see you every single day
Yeah.
at the gym, and we get kind of we know what this thing is and what's in your head. But I think for a lot of people in Yuma, like something like this is going to be extremely beneficial, because I mean, we had the conversation a couple of times. Like, I was afraid that like people in just Yuma in general is kind of almost like a year back. Like with social, with like business, and just in general, I feel like Yuma is almost a year back on, especially wellness, you know? So, but I think doesn't mean something like this can't exist, because it's up to people like you to open spaces like this to get people all caught up, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but no, not having it, I mean, maybe if you want to give a little bit of a breakdown, like as far as like kind of a overhead of kind of what the goals are for this place.
For the center?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're kind of
your time
working
to
on the
shine.
mental side, right? So
Your time to shine, bro.
Yeah, no worries. So it's kind of like a all-encompassing center to deal with like all your different domains of wellness, but we're gonna do it. A lot of the things are gonna be more mindful. So we have like the flow tank that's coming up. We have yoga that we're gonna do, and then we have wellness coaching. And so between those three things, you're getting a pretty good blend of all of your domains of wellness. Obviously, wellness coaching can focus on all of them, and then it's up to you to kind of apply everything. But as far as like the mindfulness and the awareness, and I think that's the thing that I see a lot of people struggle with.
Yeah.
So if you even think of like people that come to CrossFit, right? A lot of them have like the physical thing on lock. Maybe they're eating great, but they're not taking care of like the mental side.
Yeah.
And so if you kind of look at your brain the same as you look at it as a muscle group, if you're not not training it and challenging it and putting it into the right situations, it's not going to grow.
100%.
And so that's kind of
So
the overview of what my
let's
goal
touch
is.
base on this float tank, because Yuma doesn't have a float tank or a float tank. I don't even think people in Yuma, a lot of people in Yuma don't even know what that is.
Or understand
Or
like what it's
understand
for.
what a float tank is. So touch base on that, because you're going to be the only one in Yuma to have it.
Yeah. So, float tank is also called sensory deprivation chamber. So the whole key of it is you get into this space and it mitigates all of your senses, right?
Yeah.
So it's completely dark. The water, it's salted water that you can float in because it's heavily buoyant. So you can float inside of it. It's completely dark. It's going to be soundproof. You don't hear anything. The water's the same temperature as your body, so you can't really feel it.
How
and
creepy.
then you just chill out in there, right? So
Yeah.
you can use it as a space to like unplug from everything for an hour and just
Yeah.
chill and relax, or you can use it as a place to do a meditation, or you
Yeah.
can use it as a place to get some mindfulness or
Yeah.
awareness, whatever you want to do with it, right?
Yeah.
So, but the key is to unplug from everything and be in a space to where you're not worried about other things that are going on.
Well, in a world where we're always plugged in, is pretty much what it seems like. We're plugged into our phones. We obviously use that every. It seems like that's always going to be the topic in everything. Is like you're always plugged in on your phone.
Yeah, like
Social
how are we gonna
media.
escape this thing?
Yeah, how do you escape? And I think the float tank's going to be great and a great idea. Someone that's like probably someone like me or someone like Eric, where we got a lot of things going on and we just don't know how to put things together or put the pieces, where they need to go. I think the float tank's going to be great, and it's going to be good for people that local business owners too that probably struggle with the same things, and they're just always stressed out and they go to other things versus just actually staying still.
Yeah.
Joe, I have a question for you because I was thinking about this, and this
Sure.
is like because as he was saying that, like I'm thinking like, okay, the float tank is super cool because in our head it's like a therapeutic thing, right? It's a thing that you physically show up at, you do a thing, you go in there and you practice it. Same thing like with yoga, and I think that's why like maybe people have a hard time like meditating at home because it's not like a thing that they go to.
Yeah.
I was thinking fucking Kara. I was just thinking like for people oh god, it just left my brain.
Kara fucked it up.
No,
Yeah.
she didn't fuck nothing up.
I'm just kidding.
No, I'll just keep going off of
Just
that because
kidding,
like
Kara.
you guys were talking about it, it's just interesting because for most people that the float tank would be, I think, super beneficial because it is a thing that you can go to, get in and physically do. I guess like now that I'm rambling, what would be like a good like for people like regular people like all of us? When would be like a good time to go to like a float tank, like, or how often?
As much as you need it.
Yeah.
I don't know. At least I would say probably like once a week or something.
Yeah.
Would be beneficial. But they say like with meditation, 10 minutes every day is better than 2 hours once a week, right? Even though the 2 hours accumulates to more time, you're not regularly doing it. So if you think of like
Small.
exercise as well, if you went to CrossFit for 2 hours once a week as opposed to going for like doing a 7-minute Metcon every day, probably the 7-minute Metcons are going to actually be better for you than
Yeah.
doing 1 2-hour session.
A little bit more beneficial.
So just pretty much making it a habit.
Yeah, and you kind of want to use it as a way. Maybe you could do that once a week, but you want to try to be doing the other stuff at home. So maybe you're doing the 10-minute meditation before bed, or 20 or 30,
Yeah.
or in the morning to set some intentions or whatever it is.
I need to do that.
The meditation thing?
All of it.
Dude, it's
Just
challenging,
all of it.
bro.
It is
It's
hard.
hard. Oh, it's hard, like, especially if you understand, like, when you get, I think I was talking to you about this not too long ago, like, like when you get into a flow state and you're just zoned in and you can do your thing and then nothing distracts you. I was telling Joe, I was like, dude, I haven't felt that in a long fucking time. And I was wondering, and maybe that's like a good time in my head as I speak out loud. Okay, maybe it's
Yeah.
time, like when moments like that, maybe it's time for the flow tank,
Yeah.
Because because the mind, that's kind of hard for me as well, like
Yeah.
challenging. But I just like, how do you, I guess thinking about it, like how do you even get back to that point? It doesn't involve like a float tank or
Yeah.
maybe like a yoga session. It's always one thing, right?
Yeah.
That'll get you back in that thing. But yeah, that shit's hard for me too. When would you usually do it?
What?
Like meditate?
Well, Joe does it before bed, right?
Yeah,
You
I
are
do it
militant
at
with
night,
that,
yeah.
dude. Remember Joe's like, I gotta leave. I gotta go do yoga and meditate.
Yeah.
Like, well, that's gangster.
So like when we went to the Europa Expo for the competition, he freaking did his thing, meditated, did his thing, and the next day, Sunday, we were gonna get up and go to the competition, right?
Yeah.
And this is like, I'm gonna go do yoga. I was like, all right. So we
Fucking
did yoga.
you go do
well,
you.
He went with Diego. And
Yeah.
you know, so they did their thing. And
You go do you, boo boo.
Yeah. That was a cool little place though. Oh.
Do they have
That yoga
a float
studio.
tank right there at that yoga studio?
No, they had I think they just had just spinning and yoga.
All right.
Yeah. But it was a
Yeah.
cool little studio. They had a nice setup. I wish it
What
had-
was it called?
I honestly I don't even
It was in
remember.
Scottsdale, I think, for sure.
Something
So it
bougie,
was
something real
It
nice.
was expensive
nice,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Something real
I think
nice.
Diego's friend, like, teaches yoga there.
Oh, that's
The
dope.
the
Bo.
dude Bo
Bo.
that was at the comp.
Yeah,
he was
super nice
judging.
guy.
He
Honestly, if
real
I was
nice.
doing yoga, I'd want a guy named Bo or a
He
girl
had
named
dreads
Bo.
too. Long
Well, that's the
dreads.
guy I want to teach me
Yeah.
yoga.
Yeah.
Or somebody that looks like Joe.
Yeah. Shout out to that guy. Hopefully
Shout
he
out to
watches this.
Bo, dude.
Yeah.
Diego's friend. At him, Diego.
I
know
think
you're
is
gonna watch
that Yogi Bird or something.
Yeah. On his
Yogi
Instagram.
Bird. How about what if it
Actually,
was Bo Yo Bird? Bo Yoga Bird.
Yeah. No, he's cool.
Yeah.
I talked to him for a little bit up there.
Yeah, about
He's a cool dude.
just yoga in general.
No, we were actually talking about kind of the program, the wellness program that we were going to incorporate with the kids. Actually, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Oh, he gave you a lot of good insight or what?
No, he was just talking about a friend of his that kind of does a program, not really that similar, but kind of similar, with some kids on the reservation up near where they're at, and
So up north, or
Yeah.
around the Phoenix area.
somewhere around Phoenix, yeah.
Okay.
And so we were just kind of, I was talking about like kind of the vision I had. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
You know.
Shooting the shit.
shooting the shit with a couple yogis, dude.
Dude.
Well, that's a good little segue into the next thing, because when we knew we were coming back, there was a lot of exciting things to talk about. Obviously, just this place in general, it's really exciting for you to have because I know you were talking about it, and then now you have it. It looks incredible already, and it's not even
Just
done.
An
Yeah,
empty
nothing.
shell. With
Just
yoga
seeing
mats.
that's
Yeah.
kind of like
awesome.
just that
Office is
empty
done,
space,
isn't it?
because I got to experience what it was like to get just a big space and not and trying to figure out and figure out the puzzle where you're gonna put everything with him.
Uh-huh.
And seeing it from like day one was like seeing how his brain worked and seeing like his sketches and stuff. I was like, oh my gosh, dude! Like the way to see how him, just him as an individual, like he always says he's not creative, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, are you fucking kidding me, bro? Like the way he thought about all that, and like having an empty canvas is probably the most challenging thing. Like staring at like an empty thing. Like for me, absolutely. But I think that is a metaphor for. I mean, you plug and play in anybody's
Yeah.
profession. Like I would imagine, like right now, it's probably that way a little bit, right? Maybe.
Yeah, a little. As weird as it sounds, like decorating things, so it doesn't really bother me.
Yeah. Dude, you did good.
yeah,
I mean, I know
thanks, bro.
we're only showing a little corner, but if you flip that way, there's like two nice little chairs,
Yeah.
a little thing over there, a couple IKEA things.
It smells really good in here too.
It smells
Yeah,
fantastic. It
got
doesn't
the little
smell like
diffuser going.
it's not hot, A, and it doesn't smell like nuts, B,
It's
like
not
the
hot.
gym.
Well, what's the temperature in here right now?
It's a little warm.
Probably about 80.
It's a little toasty.
You guys want to down some?
85.
You want to down some?
No,
My
I'm good.
guy.
I'm good.
Oh.
I'm good too. I
But
got short
when you
shorts.
do
on.
yoga, like you don't want to be in cold ass weather, right? You want it to be kind of.
Yeah, you want to be a little
Kind of
swampy.
warm. Yeah, so you're
Yeah.
loose.
Get the
Yeah.
joints moving, dude.
There's nothing
I
wrong
mean,
with
this
sweating.
isn't hot, bro. We work out in a fucking.
I
hot
know.
box.
It's so.
Yeah.
Did I tell you about when I was flying to Wisconsin? There
No.
was this family right next to me, and they're like, "Oh, where are you from?" And I was like, "I'm from here. I'm from Phoenix." Like they had a layover from North Carolina in Phoenix, and they're like, "Isn't it like 100 and something degrees outside?" I was like, "It's easily like 110." They're like, "What do you guys do here?" And I was like, "Literally the same thing you do, just 110 degrees outside. Like we go to the gym, we drive. We just know that when we get in the car,
drive.
most likely like we're just gonna burn our hands when we fucking touch the steering wheel. But we just do the same thing.
Yeah,
that-
we live
that
life.
you do.
Life doesn't stop.
It's just kind of fucking crazy when you think about it.
It is, dude. It's weird, huh?
It's fucking hot in that goddamn gym. But you know what's crazy? People show up every goddamn day.
Yeah, I had 30 people at 6:30 and like 20 at 5:30.
That was yesterday,
the other
right?
day. No,
Yes.
the day before.
It was popping, dude. Those
It was-
afternoon classes
yeah.
are popping.
It
It
was
was fun.
full.
It's like a little party.
Yeah, it was cool. It was hot
Yeah.
as balls, but it was fun.
Yeah. But that's the nice thing is like everybody's dying together, and then kind of makes everybody
As
a
much as
little.
everybody complains about something, they still.
I think that's the
show up.
funniest thing is like while people are working out, like, dude, turn fucking AC on, please. And then everybody's just dying.
And everybody has a great workout and smile.
And then there's fucking Joe in the
Exactly.
corner. Dude, he kept his shirt on one time. I think it was like earlier this week. He had his shirt on. I was like, Joe, why do you have your shirt on? It is. He had his shirt off for a little bit. He's like, I just got here. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Then
My
a minute
bad.
later, it's off.
Yeah, it's fucking off.
It's off
Yeah.
the entire time. Wasn't there used to keeping it on? It's gonna be like a fuck. It's gonna drag you down.
Yeah,
It's gonna be all
100%.
wet.
It's all wet, yeah, and it's and then when you
Ugh.
cool down, it's all cold.
Yeah, and then when you go to leave and you can't go out to eat because it's soaked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys keep extra like
No.
clothes in your car?
Definitely not.
No, you don't do that. I feel like I need to start doing that.
I should.
And
every,
toilet
every
paper.
summer I toilet paper
I have some of that in my car.
Toilet paper?
Yeah.
You know what?
or wipes. Some baby. You look like you need baby wipes. Dude.
I do, dude. There's some that I just need to take a shower right after. There's some nasty ones, dude.
Or we can. Yeah, that's gross.
Especially after being
You should
around
go to
the
the
boy.
doctor, dude.
I should
Get
go to the
that
doctor,
checked
dude.
out.
You should go to the doctor, dude, for your brain.
I need to go.
You know what? You should
my
go
eyes
to.
checked.
You need to go to the wellness place. Just kidding.
I'm-
So what?
Go ahead.
What? Go ahead,
Yep.
bro. Haven't you noticed he's been like a lot more just like. You know what? Here's what I think, Joe.
All right, let's hear it.
I think that you should have a session with Steven. And you know what I think you guys should talk about?
What's that?
His attitude. Because he's been very rude
He
lately.
loves my attitude.
No. I'm talking about you and I.
Oh.
We need a friendship therapy.
Yeah.
Oh, we need to.
A little
we
bonding
need, like
session?
you and I.
We need a friendship therapy.
A
Well, if you
bonding
wouldn't have
session.
left us for 2 weeks.
Because I just feel like he's really mean, and then when I come in, he doesn't even acknowledge me, and then he just doesn't say nice things, and all he has is just mean things to say, and he's just never nice.
Well, if you pick up your phone when
Fuck you, dude. What if
Dude.
you put your phone down?
he's the worst. He text messaged me yesterday, and I responded right back. It took him 10 minutes to respond back after that.
Here's why, Joe, because I'm like, okay, when can you do the podcast, or blah, blah, blah. And then I have to look. He tells me the days, and then I have to figure out with other people when we're going to do it.
You could be like, all right, let me figure out. Hold on.
Joe, what do you, as our therapist.
As our therapist. You're going to pay for it? Are you paying for this?
No.
All right. Then shut
That's
your
hilarious.
mouth.
Then shut your goddamn mouth. Just kidding.
He has a puncher right here.
What if he started the clock?
Yeah, he started the clock.
That'll
on a
be
second.
1650,
Okay.
sir.
For those 5 minutes.
For those 5 minutes. No, so like having the space now, I know you broke it down for me a little bit, and then obviously people can't see it right now. But as far as like the services you want to have here, like what's the idea for the physical place? Like obviously this is your office space, which is 10 times cooler than what I have and what Steven has. And
I like what Steven
I
has.
think everybody's cool.
Yeah.
We all have our
It's
own
all
space.
different.
you
Yeah.
have
It should
a
fit you, right?
fucking toolbox in the middle of it's actually kind of cool.
It's not even. I haven't even decided what to do with it yet.
Yeah. It's going to be cool.
Yeah.
Okay, but for your space, you have this back office, and then for people that obviously aren't here, like you have the room, you have the float tank room,
Yep.
which is a small room that has the float tank in it.
Perfect.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And then you were talking to me about obviously like a mural and stuff, which would be wicked.
Yeah.
Like a spaceship in space would be really cool. So if you get in there with a pot brownie, you're like, ugh. Never done one.
shrooms.
Be like
Never
a-
done them, but
Be a
so for
little
like
brain in space.
Oh God, dude, I would freak out. We were telling him we should get like those those glow in the dark stars you used to
Oh,
have when you were in
fuck.
middle
Yeah,
school. Just
yeah.
Those would
just
be-
put them everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but for that, so you have like when you walk in, you can go straight to the right, and then you have like a room, and that one's got like a big glass front, and then a little glass window look in the back, and then you have like the whole middle area. What do you plan on doing with all that?
Oh, so the middle is just gonna be the yoga area, yeah.
Wicked.
That front area, honestly, I don't know yet. I was gonna lease it out to somebody for a little bit, but I think I kind of changed my mind.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna just keep it open to put in like a couple more float tanks.
That'd be pretty dope.
So obviously I'll have to construct another wall in there, but that's okay.
Yeah, to just have a couple more pods,
Yeah, like maybe 2-3 more.
depending on how the float tanks go.
Sick.
I think it'd be so when you to go back to the float tank thing a little bit, because there's a lot that, I mean, if you listen to Rogan, you hear a lot about float tanks, but like when you do the float tank, do you have to do it like does somebody need to be there obviously to like guide you and to make sure like you don't A, freak out for one, or
no,
B.
no, not at all. Because you can, I mean, it opens. You just
I mean,
open
you
and
can
turn the lights
get
on.
up
Yeah.
at any point. It's not
Yeah.
gonna be
I told Joe.
strapped in.
I told Joe the first time I saw it, I was like, "Oh, that's what it looks like." Because I've always heard about it on podcasts, and for some reason, I thought it was like a thing that you like. I thought it was a standing thing for one, because I always thought it was like
That's like
floating
cryo,
upwards.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought it was like you stand up in it, and then you crawl in it, and then you close like a hatch, and then you just sit. I don't know why.
And off you go.
Because like Rogan always said, when you crawl in it, and I was like, okay, you're gonna crawl in it, so that means like
I mean, you gotta
top.
crawl in the pod. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is what my brain thought. So I was like,
Uh.
there's somebody there to like, and he always talks about it doing it on like on edibles and stuff. So I'm like, do you like need somebody there, or?
I mean, that's probably a different situation.
Yeah.
But you're typically just going in there normal.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
well,
you're
that's good to know.
stinky ass. Well, let's take a shower before you get in there.
Yeah, you have to
Yeah,
take a
you-
shower.
No peeing in the
or no peeing?
in the float tank.
You'd fucking ruin.
Please don't piss in the float tank. Honestly, though, there's gonna be some people that are just gonna piss in
Nah,
it, dude.
I mean, I think with the float tank in general, like it's gonna cater to a certain person. You know,
Yeah.
they already know kind of what they're getting into. But I'm sure Mr. Joe over here is gonna fucking tell them like what's up before they get in there.
For sure.
That's why.
Well, you know, my friend Johnny, he has an ebook published on float tanks, how to use them.
Right.
That
Yeah.
guy has probably a little bit of everything.
Yeah, he's very well rounded.
Yeah. Well-rounded individual.
Yeah, shout out to Johnny,
Sure.
dude.
Yeah.
For
Cool,
sure.
man. I'm excited to try. I'm gonna be the second person to try it. By the way,
I call 3.
because Joe's gonna be first.
Oh yeah, let's try out his own float tank.
Got to.
Yeah, because you got to paint it now, right now.
Yeah, so this weekend I'm gonna get it painted and get the liner in, and hopefully it'll be good to go then.
Holy shit, that fast?
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
it's
it'll
just
definitely be ready
salt
next
water,
week.
bro.
Yeah.
Well, cause what's that cause like I would like to hear you explain it, cause like what's going on in the actual float tank, like as far as like the
Yeah, it's not just water, guys.
yeah,
There's
what's the specs
stuff in
between
the
like
water.
the float tank, like what makes it what it is, like obviously like how high is the water, what's involved in the water.
Yeah, it's not even that deep. So when you think of like climbing into something, I mean, it's only 6-7 inches deep in water.
Shit.
It's just so heavily salted that you just float on the top of it.
Nice.
So that's what's lifting you up.
Yeah, so for the one that I have, it'll be about 850 pounds of salt
Holy shit.
in that water.
So there's like from what I heard prior, there's like a filtration system, right? That like
Yeah, so it'll have an actual filter that pump, and then it has a UV filter, and then it also will have chemicals as well. So it's not gonna be dirty or anything.
Yeah,
And then
that's
still
good.
about once a week you need to clean it out really good.
Yeah.
is like
Cool.
is that involved like dumping all the water outside?
No. You don't have to dump the water because it's like
You
a hot
filter it
tub.
out.
Yeah, you're filtering it
Yeah.
and using chemicals and everything.
Oh,
so
shit.
it's
How often do you have to actually dump it, like empty it?
never. I don't know.
I
I'm
don't
pretty
know.
sure you just have to, as long as you're taking care of it. I mean, you have
Yeah,
to dump it
yeah,
if it
yeah.
went bad.
When
Totally.
somebody pees in it?
If somebody peed in it, maybe.
Or shit. You'd be the guy to shit in it.
No, I
You
wouldn't.
would be the guy to shit in it.
I'm not gonna
And you wouldn't
poop.
say anything.
I'm
to it. You just leave it for the next person.
I'm not gonna poop in the float tank, bro.
You're gonna be
Yeah.
so relaxed.
No, I'm
then
not.
a little fucking hitter's gonna come out of your butthole.
Why? Nothing's gonna come out of my butthole, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
You're
if
gonna
you
be
think
that
of
guy.
like a pool or a hot tub or something.
I'm not
you
gonna
know,
poop in the
You
float
don't
tank.
ever empty it out.
If you take care of it, you don't have to.
I'm
That's
not
cool,
pooping
man.
in the float tank.
Better
Yeah.
not. Best not.
Best not. I'm about to clap back, bro.
Yeah,
No, I'm not gonna poop in the float tank. I swear to God.
I trust you.
Thank you. A little respect.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I think it'll be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited for
definitely
you.
be cool. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm
Um,
excited that it's close to the gym too. 'Cause
That's
they go
another
hand
bo-
in hand.
for sure.
Yeah.
Like, and it's cool because, like what you were saying about how Yuma is usually a year behind.
Yeah. And I could be wrong. That's just
No, you're
what I
kind of right because
speculate.
I mean we got this, but it takes someone to just fucking do it, right? To put 10 toes down and just go. So you got someone like Joe coming in here introducing float tank to people in Yuma, and then we have people like Mile Lab. They're gonna have a crowd. You know, they're just getting all there, and they just moved to a new location. So it's like again something different, something new, but it just takes either a person or a group of individuals to do it.
And to fully dive into it, because
Yeah,
I know like
the hustle.
yeah, knowing the
Yeah.
Mile Lab guys, like they were doing that on their off time.
Uh-huh.
Like they would have jobs and
Yep.
they were only open from like 5 to 8, and people it just picked up because they were just
Yeah.
for whatever reason people enjoyed it. It was picking up, so that was cool. But I think same thing with here. I think there's a lot of I have a lot of confidence in this because it's super beneficial for people, and then I think once I remember we were talking about it, I think it'll be a lot about how you market it to the people.
Yeah.
You know, how can you relay the benefits of the cryo rather than just being like boom, 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 rather than like bullet
Float
points, you
tank.
know?
Float
Yeah,
tank.
whether if it's like, huh?
You
Oh,
said cryo.
I'm sorry. I guess we
Sorry.
said chlor, yeah.
Yeah.
But from the float tank, so whether if it's like a series of like videos or something to get people to like understand what it is, because it is a lot more than just like an advertisement, you know?
Yeah.
And hopefully this can be somewhat of an advertisement as well. That's why I was like, okay, we got to get Joe back on because there's a
Yeah.
lot of new things to you in Yuma, like the float tank. I was gonna say cryo again, but like the float tank that I mean I think takes a little bit more explanation than just
Yeah.
just go in
Not
there.
just that, but like he said when he introduced it, he's gonna have the float tank, but he also have yoga, meditation.
Yeah.
and pretty much overall like wellness coaching as well.
Yeah.
So kind of it's like what he said, like full circle.
Yeah.
Like we want it to, for someone like that deals with a lot of things on paper and pen that works for me, you know, I think it's just another tool that we can use for our benefit.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
And I think that's the key too, is kind of recognizing that it's not just the float tank. Yeah, that can be helpful. But like I said, if you're only using that an hour a week and you're not doing anything the rest of those 6 days, the effects of it probably aren't going to be nearly as good as if you're at least spending like the 10 minutes. Thank you. If you're spending the 10 minutes a day like actually meditating, or
Yeah.
you know,
Squat.
even if you're doing like a yin yoga class where you're almost meditating.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
That's
not
fine.
complete, but you know, it's mindfulness, it's awareness, and
Yeah.
you're getting
Could-
something out of it.
Yeah. Sorry for the little interruption. The squad brought in coffee and water, which is
I
great.
think this is yours.
Yeah.
That one's mine? That is simply too light.
It tastes like yours.
All I told him was almond milk and espresso.
Is that how you said it?
No.
Oh.
Here, I said
Try that.
Almond milk and espresso.
I forgot to switch the location of my coffee
So he
to
said
the
avenue.
curb. It's not even that far.
So they were nice, and they said they'll just
do
make
it
it
there,
but we
put it
never
in the
order.
Oh. This one's yours.
Is it 3
Let me get my mouth on that. I know mine doesn't taste like almond milk.
Mine doesn't taste like. That's mine.
Oh man.
What did I do wrong? Is it 3? How many
Oh,
pounds?
you
that's
sent
perfect.
Yvette to go get coffee?
No, mine's good.
Oh, okay.
It's coffee. I taste the coffee in there.
Ugh.
What do you normally get with confidence?
Okay, well, I don't know. I'll
Why
drink
don't-
it.
no,
Thank you.
Nancy.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Was that 1, 3?
There's 3.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Anyways,
They didn't put
Thank
joy
you.
in there. They
um,
put like 3
to
little
go
baby-
into like the yin yoga thing, cause I don't know the difference. I'm a fucking numbnuts. I've gone to yoga a couple times. I actually used to go to Studio Y one for like a month, and I
Cool.
think I was going to the pregnancy classes on accident. 100%.
That's
How was
awesome.
that?
Cause I was the only guy for like all the time, and I thought I was like I feel like people thought I was a creep because I was the only one in there, so I tried to make sure I was in the
Oh.
front so I wasn't
There's
creepy.
not a lot of guys that do yoga. In general, I mean, yeah, Joe, but
Joe.
before Joe, like, who did you meet that did yoga?
Literally no one.
Yeah.
I kind of
Diego does yoga on Sundays.
That's a big boy to be
That's
doing
a
yoga.
big
That's a
boy.
whole lot of man.
But
to be
again, that's a
stretched out.
bigger city, bigger demographic. I'm sure there's
A lot more people do yoga over there.
But I don't.
So there's me, him, and 2 other guys in a class of like probably 25.
Holy shit!
And all dudes?
No,
Was it a
Aw,
dude
there's
chicks.
4 guys and the rest were
Girls.
That's
Or
just
girls,
a
yeah.
female
So,
dominant thing. Right?
Okay, I know nothing about yoga. My wife does yoga. Joe does yoga. That's all I know about yoga. But I've asked Joe like the different types of yoga because he was telling me he wants to do yoga, but like
very-
he started explaining all the different types. So, what type do you do?
I do yin.
Yin. So what
And
other types is
Boa.
there?
Oh man, there's so many.
Really? Why?
Yeah, there's a lot of different kinds.
Okay, name like the most common ones.
Probably like vinyasa, like
Is
the
that-
flow. It's like a flow.
Is that the
Okay.
one that like most people will do?
I think so.
Wow, fucking amateur hour, Yvette.
Yeah. I mean, so you have a bunch of different kinds, but
Yeah.
you know, I think it's really your focus of what you're trying to get out of it. So if you're trying to do like yoga to get exercise, you might do like more like a power or like a vinyasa or like an iyengar or something like that. But if you're trying to do more relaxation, you might do like a yin or restorative or something.
Okay.
So yin yoga is like holding positions like 3 to 5 minutes.
Shit.
And then you're really getting into like the ligaments and tendons as opposed to just muscle stretching, right? And then at the same time you're settling into it, but then it becomes very mindful because then you're focusing on your breathing and then your awareness, right? So you're trying to let everything go. So it's almost like how I use it. It's for mobility for CrossFit one, but then it's also like my precursor to my meditation.
Okay.
And so I'm really relaxed by the time I get done with that. And so that's what I'm going to teach. So when I posted something about other teachers, I would like to have some other ones. So I talked to like 3 people so far.
Cool.
And so we're going to offer other kinds too. Definitely like a vinyasa and a power.
Cool. You
Thank-
hear that, yogis?
Yeah.
Any of
Right.
you yogis
Or
teach
get some
yoga?
Yin yoga.
Yeah, teach whatever it is that you want to teach.
That'd be pretty
Yeah.
tight.
What I was kind of thinking of doing at night too is maybe doing like after that last CrossFit class, doing like a yin for CrossFit, and
All
then
right. All right.
Jet on over here.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Like
or
a-
over at the gym.
yeah, like
You're already at the gym.
yeah, like a 30-minute
Sure.
with that, and then like another maybe
Cool.
meditation right after. So
Cool.
do you know anything about yoga? You know, at the end when you do
No, he said all he
Shavasana?
knows about yoga
Yes.
is Amber and you, which is very limited.
Yeah, so when you do your Shavasana at the end and relax, you can take that straight into like your meditation
Oh,
too.
okay, cool.
And then go Mimi's.
And then go me.
Or
Yeah.
eat.
Me? I'll probably eat.
Yes, yeah, you would fucking eat, dude.
This guy eats a lot.
My guy is a human vacuum cleaner, bro. Remember when we went to the Mongolian grill? No, was it Korean barbecue or Mongolian?
Korean.
Korean
make
barbecue.
your own meat.
That was pretty fun.
That shit was cool.
Definitely don't like.
That was cool.
Definitely don't like octopus.
Octopus was gross.
Creepy as fuck.
That thing was nasty.
It's
yeah.
so weird.
Did you hear it when you put it on the grill?
Yeah, it was
like
screaming. It
popped.
was like,
Did you see it?
Oh,
It like
yeah,
moved
was
all
horrible,
around.
dude.
I ate 2 of those things. They were not good.
Kara was so down for it, dude.
Yeah,
Carla is also Korean.
She bit that thing. She bit that thing
She's
head.
all about it.
head
she
first,
put hot
dude.
sauce on it and went to work.
She even talked to it before she bit it.
That was one of the worst things I've ever eaten.
Really?
Worst things?
Terrible.
And
Oh,
that
yeah.
says a lot, probably.
That was terrible.
Well, like we didn't grow up with it, obviously.
Yeah.
Like Kara's so down for it, which is tight. Like I
Yeah.
We
can't do it.
what do we like fucking
I think the
lengua?
that's like the riskiest, the most risky I'll eat is like lengua. Otherwise, I don't like intestinal food.
You don't like tripas?
Like tripas is kind of weird, but
That's intestines, bro.
no, I don't. That's what I'm saying. Like if you chop tripas up and put them in carne asada, like it's a little bit
Because of the tortilla and the burrito.
it's just hidden.
But if
It's
you were just to
hidden.
grab a tripa and
You
eat
ever had
it,
tripas?
Yeah.
See, no, I can't just grab a tripa and eat it. Dude, here's the thing. There was one time I was at my grandma's house and she was making mariscos, and we were chilling in there, and my grandma was making everything, and I went to go like wash my hands, and she had like a fucking octopus inside the little thing, and all I saw was the fucking octopus just claw all out of the thing, and I was like, I'm fucking never eating this thing.
Never.
yeah.
It's creepy.
So
I just don't like
yoga, yeah, that's all my yoga. That's cool. So yoga, and then we have the wellness side of it, which we'll probably get into the project side. But the wellness coaching, like, what is it that you want to do with that here?
So basically, I want to institute the whole. So the coaching side of it is going to be bringing people in, finding out where they're out of balance, and then trying to help them achieve balance, right? So, like I said, so say you have somebody whose diet's on point, they're exercising, they get enough sleep, but everything else is out of whack.
Yeah.
Just balancing it out. So you have the
Yes.
8 different domains. So
Yeah.
you're trying to get all of them to where they're at a good state.
Have you ever watched that movie Faster with The Rock?
What's that about?
I
So-
think you just watch movies with The Rock in it.
Yes, but I watched it the other day, and I was I'd never seen this movie, so I put it on because I had a couple hours to spare. Me and Aiden were chilling, and Aiden's like at that age where I'm like, okay, we could probably watch like a movie that has a little bit of something in it,
Little
you know?
boobage in
Yeah,
it.
a little boob or
A little
something.
boob
So-
in it.
So we watched it, and it's about The Rock. I guess he gets out of prison. He just wants to kill all these dudes. He has like a list.
Dwayne Johnson?
Yeah, he has a list of dudes that he needs to kill, because they killed his brother. But anyways, long story short, they call him the ghost because he got shot in the head, but the bullet went around his fucking skull out through his cheek. And they thought he was dead. So the people that shot him thought he was dead, but this guy gets out of jail, fucking kills all these fools, like just point blank. But anyway, they hire this guy, this assassin, to kill him. Right? And this guy is like there's a part in it where he does like this pose and he's holding it forever on his hands, and then he tells his girlfriend, like, I mastered yoga. Like, he mastered yoga. He has nothing left else in this world to do, I guess. But he's also an assassin. He just
Right.
kills people for fun. For $1, actually.
Huh?
Yeah, $1.
Must be really good at it.
Yeah, he drives a Lamborghini, just kills people.
No big deal.
Mastered yoga because
Okay.
of the pose he was holding. But the big picture is what I'm saying is, like, even dudes like that, like, he was so imbalanced because he was chasing that, like, that adrenaline through killing people. Like, something that's hard. Like, yoga's fucking hard.
Yeah.
Especially if you, like, hold poses for an extra long time.
Yeah, like that
period.
yin yoga. It's almost like Ramwad, right? Because holding.
Or Ramwad's almost like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, that's definitely the right way to say it.
Yeah.
Ramwad is like yin yoga.
Yeah, I'm sure it copied it.
Yeah, it's like long pose, but that shit does. It sucks. It hurts.
But but he was holding the pose, like, on his hands.
Fuck that. I
Yeah,
can't do
yeah,
that.
He's like, I mastered yoga, but then he wants to go kill fools, and then he can't kill them, so he's like pissed off because he can't kill them.
So what you're saying is he needs wellness coaching.
So what I'm saying is, no matter what, you're always gonna need some sort of. There's something gonna be out of line. I feel. Is there?
Oh, 100%. Well, when you look at it, like when he first came on and he showed us the whole spectrum
Yeah.
of like
The domains.
when you look at all the domains like that in the 3D world, it kind of something kind of clicks in your brain because it's organized in a physical space. You're like,
Right.
oh, because then all the things that cloud your brain are all organized in like are organized. So and that was for me that was the first time I'd ever seen something like that. So now like when something's bothering me, you can almost compartmentalize it and organize things like that because
Yeah.
and I think that'll be huge. So like I think for people in general, like I know me growing up, I didn't have any sort of like wellness coaching or how to like cope with those things, you know?
Well, I don't think anybody does.
Yeah, exactly.
You
That's
get it from your environment for sure, right?
yeah, and
A
you
lot.
do the best you
Right.
can
Yeah.
from like what your parents taught you too.
Yeah.
But that's why,
Or
yeah,
your grandma, uncles, whatever, which leads us into the
Yeah.
next thing. So like, I think the wellness equation project that Joe and I are
yeah,
starting is pretty much what we want to do, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so we're putting those domains into a program with the kids because we look at kids and what they're kind of neglected or
Yeah.
what's been neglected for them is that balance.
Right.
And so, you know, you take a couple of the kids that we're working with now and you look
Yeah.
at them and some of them maybe don't have balance in any of them, not a single
Anything.
one, right?
Yeah, it's
And
crazy.
And that's why they're turning to
Insane.
substance use.
Yeah,
And so by identifying that and kind of building on it, because you know you have some of these kids that have been in therapy for months, years,
yeah,
nothing changes. Well, nothing changes because you're working on the emotional wellness side and nothing else. And so,
yeah,
like I said, one thing's out of balance, it can throw everything out of balance. But when
Mhm.
6 or 7 out of your 8 things are out of balance, it's definitely going to throw you out of balance,
Yeah.
right? And so it doesn't matter how much talk therapy you do with somebody or group therapy you do with somebody, if everything else in their life remains the same besides that,
Mhm.
it's
yeah,
pointless.
yeah. So we're getting so we're working with teenagers right now. And I think that's where we want to like the age group that we want to be in, 13 to 17, 18 maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe 19, just depends on the person. But I think like you said, like it's all talk for the most part. They get all talk. Like everybody, like they feed all these things into the brain as they're saying it. But I mean, how much do they fucking process? You know, like we have conversations and you like doze off and totally think about something else, or I do the same. And we get distracted easily. Like they're kids, like they're not gonna be in tune with what they're talking about the entire time. So through what we're doing, like we're using CrossFit and Joe's using meditation, yoga, and then his special skills with therapy too to help these kids we put it, bridge the gap. And then you got wellness equation.
Yeah.
I think it's huge, especially for, I mean, not even for those kids, but even just people in general, because I think now there's like a place for people to turn to, especially here, for help. It's because, I mean, you don't need to be like I feel like personally, you don't need to be like at a very, very low place because there is so many domains, and if it's like if you could if it's a matter of like coming here and sitting down and getting a plan together and figuring and just getting a good understanding that, I mean, for me, like once I understood like there was all these domains, like that was a lot. And then to understand like, oh, I can compartmentalize this, I can organize these, and then understand like, okay, if something's going wrong, if I feel like I have a good balance on my life, but there's just this one thing that's kind of like throwing me off, and whether if that's like something in my financial wellness that's kind of throwing everything out of whack, like I never thought to think like that, So even if it's just people getting like a good understanding of like your wellness in general and how you can manage that, I think just learning that you can manage it like this way, just giving them that plan is super beneficial. And then with you guys doing the We project, like I can't help to think like that's going to be amazing for like the next generation of kids, because now they're getting that information that we didn't get growing up. They're going to be, I mean, they hopefully when they grow up and they have kids, like they can inherit that stuff to their kids, and then they'll have like this inherited knowledge of how to like manage your emotions and your wellness,
For sure.
which is the hardest part of being
Well, and I think if you look at it, most people don't even have like a good definition of what wellness is or understanding. Because a lot of people you talk to, they just think like physical stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
they'll say like health and wellness, and they think it refers to like their overall health and like exercise and maybe nutrition, but
Or
there's-
money,
or yeah,
financial,
financial, yep. But there's so much more to it, right? And so even if you just did one wellness coaching session to get an overview of what wellness is and go over each one of the domains and make a plan, or at least like look at where you're at with each one and have an assessment, and then even just learning how to journal your goals, right? That in itself would be beneficial, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because of podcasts, like we got a lot of knowledge, right? The fact that we were able to get podcasts in this generation was huge, because this is like the first time we were able to easily access so much knowledge and at our fingertips, right?
Right.
I mean, before there was books, but with podcasts you can get that instantly and rapidly, and you can get it from a point of view that and you can hear it and with expression from people that you enjoy listening to.
For sure.
And that's amazing. Like for a lot of us, it was Rogan. Like I bring up Rogan all the time because, I mean, you trust these people, and and he has like numerous guests on every week, and you get all this information, and then you become interested, and then you learn, and then next thing you know, you're in this rabbit hole of like your interest in learning from these people, which is amazing. But when you're in a place like, I mean, it's nice because everybody has that, right? But I think it's hard, like when times are tough, like it's hard to really know what to do sometimes, especially if you don't have like passion, or if you feel like you don't have meaning, or you feel like you're kind of lost and you're trying to figure your way through this world. Like it's hard to like, okay, well, what's the next step, you know?
Yeah.
And I think having like these domains to look at and be like, oh shit, well, let me focus on one of these first.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let's start like, okay, most of the time people are like, okay, let's just start going to the gym.
Right.
And then like the rolling effect from that.
Well, that's a good piece because it puts you in routine. It puts you into something uncomfortable, and you're developing some goals and accountability, and so you can see that. And so I think that's good.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
you talk about like podcasts, and I think that's great, and you have a lot of people that are pretty genuine that do them. But like you look at somebody like Rogan's, the thing that's so good about his is instead of having to read this book first and determine if it was good or not, he has the person on there talking about it and telling you, and you get to see that person. You can be like, that dude's full of shit. I don't want to read his book, right?
Yeah.
And you can see them. You can see the people. You hear them. You know what they're like, and you feel like, all right, yeah. Because over 3 hours, you're not going to BS somebody the whole time. They settle into who they are, and you kind of hear what they're about, and then you can get their side, and you're like, yeah, I want to read that one. I'm gonna read that book, and that's how I kind of get some books, or even research. You look at like did you see the whole thing with like the grievance studies?
No. What was that?
It was like James Lindsay, Peter Boghossian, and Helen Pluckrose.
No.
You didn't see anything with that? So what they did is
I'm on social media, bro. I don't know what's going on in the
so
world
they
right
took
now.
they took this. They were all on Rogan, but I don't think Helen was, but I think the other two were. But they talked about this study they did with like some of these college programs, and they were making these, basically creating articles and then getting them published in peer-reviewed journals.
Oh, I do remember. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do remember this. I just need a little bit of reminding.
And so the one they had taken out, like, they took a section of Mein Kampf, a whole chapter, and I believe they took out Jew and put in white males, and it was like recommended for publishing. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But like stuff like that's interesting because I never would have heard of that otherwise. And
Yeah.
so hearing that there, and then going through and like seeing all the articles they had put up and like actually researching it, I found that really fascinating.
Yeah. That's crazy because, well, it's cool because you get access to all this different shit in the world, and you learned about things that you never learned about before, right? But I mean, sometimes like there's the negative part of that where people can get like way too fucking up in arms about stuff, and rather than just like worrying about what's going on in their own community,
Yeah,
because
like you're a little microcosm.
exactly, because I mean, you can spread yourself way too thin, like spending all your time on Facebook talking shit to something that like you might not even have like a impact on, or
You won't have any impact.
yeah.
Yeah. All you're gonna do is you're gonna argue with the person because they're not gonna change their stance and you're not gonna change your stance. So
Yeah.
you're both just wasting your time.
It's such a fucking weird thing too, like that whole like I couldn't do that because it's confrontational, and like I really don't like being confrontational unless it's like needed,
Unless it's me.
unless it's you. But like people that just like those people that are just unhappy online and just feel the need to talk shit to other people, that's an interesting dynamic. It's very like it is kind of cowardly because you're hiding behind like an avatar online and you don't have all those like micro emotions that are involved with like confrontation and stuff. So like it's kind of like you know.
I think people feel good when they like talk shit online. They hit send. They're like,
Yeah, I fucking told them, dude.
fucking A.
I told make it work, mama, huh?
What do you call them? Internet trolls?
Internet
Fucking
bullies,
trolls. Yeah, just people that like to troll. There's some people that just honestly go there and just to talk shit just to be funny.
Do you guys scream in your pillow?
I just read the comments.
Huh.
You? What?
I do.
5 minutes? Oh, we got 5 minutes before you guys got to
Ever-
hit the roadie.
Wait, what?
We got 5 minutes before you guys got to jam.
Who's got a jam?
You and you.
Why?
Because you have a lunch and he
At
has
12.
a thing.
Yeah, it's only 11.
Oh.
Oh, you said cut it at 11. My bad.
No, you're good. Sorry. No, never mind. I lied.
That's what happens. You don't listen.
I got like at least 35 minutes.
Oops.
You don't listen.
I was trying to be
No
mindful of your time, sir.
Appreciate
That was
that.
very kind though.
You're very welcome.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
So what did I miss?
Joe is pretty much saying that you need a lot more help on your emotional wellness, and you need to sign up for therapy. I'm just kidding. No, he didn't say that.
We were talking about just podcasting and how it gives you access to information maybe you didn't have.
100%.
And so we kind of talked about like a good thing with Rogan is instead of having to read this book and waste all your time reading the whole thing and then getting to the end and being unfulfilled and like,
Yeah.
man, that sucked. Why did I waste my time? You can actually see this person on his show and he talks about
Totally.
what he has and you get a feeling for the person if it's worth your time.
And there's no fucking limit to his podcast. Like sometimes you'll get a 2-hour one or a 3-hour one or fuck the Elon Musk one was like 4.5 hours.
So is Alex Jones.
Yeah, dude. So that's what's cool about podcasting in general. I
Yeah.
feel. I mean, there's a place for the short one. Like there's like those 30-minute hitters that people put out. But like the Joe. I mean, that's why Joe Rogan's. You know, that's he's popular, and we talk about that all the time. I think if you don't like his podcast, you don't have to like it, but you gotta appreciate it for sure for what it is. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot that goes into it for sure.
Well, and like you said, when you get into that long time domain like that, people can't throw up that front anymore. You know, you
Mm-mm.
can throw up a front for 30 or 40 minutes probably.
Yeah.
When you're like 2.5 hours in, he has you all comfortable. Like you get to see what people are really
Smoking
about.
a joint, drinking whiskey or
Uh-huh.
scotch.
Yeah.
With Elon Musk, and then he's telling you the world's gonna end by cyborgs.
Yeah.
It's so fucking creepy.
But wow, we were talking about this yesterday. Remember, we were like, it is sometimes information overload too, where you gotta probably maybe take a break from it. I know I like the only podcasting I've been doing is this one, and I haven't listened to one. I haven't I even cracked open a book barely either. It's kind of weird.
The information overload is
My
a real
brain,
thing.
my brain gets fried eventually sometimes, so then I'll go back to it.
You ever heard how Rogan explains like his theory of how his brain works? Like it's like almost like a storage system, and he only has like so much storage in his brain to remember things, and he feels like he overloaded his brain, so like he's starting to forget shit.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't use stuff, you forget it. It's like muscles, right? If you don't use them,
It's
they
like
go
a
away.
wean, bro.
It's like my ween, dude.
Yeah.
If you don't
You
use
had
it,
to
you
gun it
lose
for
it.
my
Lose
ween,
it.
dude.
If you don't use it, you
Boy,
lose it, bro.
use it, dude. Why'd you have the gun for my ween, bro?
I gotta keep people laughing, engaged, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, my ween's expense, dick. What an asshole. He needs help. I'm telling you. Before you guys were here, I told Joe that Steven and I need friendship therapy because he's a real dick. Look at him. Hasn't he been like a little groucho lately?
I mean,
What?
I don't know what to say.
I think you need help.
You guys had a little moment last night.
We
Yeah.
did, huh?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah, what happened?
What
Oh,
happened?
You made me laugh really hard.
He was laughing hard.
Oh yeah, at my butt's expense. Dude, were you there? Did
I
you
was
already
there.
leave?
It was
I
right
don't
before I
fucking
left,
get it.
yeah.
It's like his top blew off, dude, and his head just kept spinning. I was like, I
because-
don't get it,
so-
bro.
So you kept making fun of me, but like, you're the one who did it, and you just kept going back to me. It happened like 2 weeks ago.
Because I don't understand.
It happened 2 weeks ago because you knew.
What
Never
happened
mind.
2 weeks ago?
Nothing.
2 weeks
Nothing.
ago, Steven and I were at Krause's Grill, and we were eating a
And
very
Aiden.
good meal, and Aiden showed up late, like his dad. we were eating, and then,
I'm never late.
Well,
When was I late?
today.
Okay, before that, I'm
Today.
pretty on time with a lot of shit.
I'll go ahead and rest
Speaking
that
of
one.
speaking of my chalkboards,
Oh shit, bro. That's it's coming, bro.
eh,
Do you want your logo or do you want your chalkboards?
both.
Yeah.
I will do both. Anyways, we were eating, and then my guys over here, we're just chilling out,
Oh,
just having a
God.
great old time. Me, him, and Aiden, just sitting there. And next thing you know, Steven pulls up one leg and just.
Wasn't
It's like-
even like
And I was
that.
all, bruh. And then his dad, and then
It wasn't
Aiden,
even like
and then
that.
Aiden was just like, oh, and I was like, did you just fart? He's like, yeah. Oh, shit. I was like, bro, it was some pride, huh?
Yeah.
A little bit.
And
of
then
pride.
yesterday, this fucking queef over here,
Queef.
fucking pretty much queefed out of his butthole.
No, dude, that was you.
Dude, it was
Oh,
like someone
shoot.
was holding your butt cheeks together, like super tight.
No, bitch, that's what I said about your
No,
fart.
no.
I said people
And
were
then
holding your butt cheeks
or
together.
fucking trumpet.
We're kind of ruining your reputation right now.
You're
Like,
fine. You're fine.
what's this whole
No,
wellness
your
thing
thing,
about?
dude.
Like holding butt cheeks
Yeah,
together?
yoga, float tank.
Metaphorically holding your butt cheeks
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay, so yeah, let's get. So anyways, yeah, Eric
We
made
were-
me laugh really hard yesterday, which was really needed. Somebody just gotta laugh.
I've
sometimes.
never seen you laugh that hard, and I was like, half of me was.
I was crying.
I was very embarrassed for a second, and then two,
Why?
I saw that you were laughing really hard, so I was like, you know what? You can have your moment, dude.
Thanks, appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you're
what are
welcome.
friends for?
Laughing at each other.
There you go.
Yeah. Can't take yourself too serious.
Yeah,
Don't just keep agreeing with him.
yeah. He's
Don't
right.
just fucking
It's
keep
true.
it.
He's right.
Huh?
Yeah.
Therapy success.
That's why he's a fucking wellness coach. He's right.
Yeah, you're right, Joe.
See?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah, Joe's off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't take
100%.
yourself too serious. Just let it go.
Nah,
I
I'm
think
good
my
now.
phone's ringing again.
He did call my fart a butt trumpet. Which
I
is
don't know
not
who
that
that
cool.
is.
Oh, Mr. Busy Man. That's cool.
Anyways, so
Yeah. So how many weeks have you guys been like the Wii project hasn't been in full effect yet, right? Or is it you guys have been starting it, right?
Not
Develop
at-
it.
I don't know how much you guys
Yeah.
can and cannot say, so I'm not gonna go out of my boundaries here. But
I'll let you take it.
Yeah, so we've done 6. We're just working with some kids,
Yeah.
like adjudicated youth, and so it's kind of like a pilot program through probation right now. We're trying to get the feel for how we're gonna run it
Yeah.
ultimately.
We haven't.
So
it's kind of like
We're like at 2% right now.
yeah, there's some
There's a lot.
there's some
Yeah.
restrictions we're dealing with that we want to try to remove, and some barriers that we have. We want to remove those, and so we're still developing it, obviously.
Yeah.
But I think we're on a good path.
Yeah.
That's
they
awesome.
enjoy CrossFit.
Yeah,
Really?
I love it, man.
Yeah.
That's
they love
so
it.
What do you think that it is about? Like, I don't even think it's necessarily just like people.
There's no
like them.
distraction when they get there.
Yeah.
There's no
it's-
distraction from normal life, and that's what you say. Like people go to CrossFit to exercise their body, but there's very few of us. I say us because I think most of us do. We know how to we have that mental threshold that we push past when we're there, and it kind of goes hand in hand with normal life too. But
Yeah.
when they're there, there's no distraction for them, so they're not on their phones, they're not playing Fortnite, they're not distracted by bad influences outside,
Yeah.
friends or their so-called friends or society, and they're there listening to us or one of the coaches instruct, and then just getting a good workout.
Yeah.
And they can't hide from it either.
Yeah.
Like there's a time where one of them's like, I can't, or I don't want, like I just can't because I hurt myself or this. It was like, but they end up still doing it
Yeah.
Yeah.
because they can't run away from it.
Yeah.
There's no escape.
Nope.
Because you really find out who you are in like those
Yeah.
workouts. You're like, oh shit, I'm about to quit right now.
Yeah.
And then you're like, no, I can't quit. Oh, I can't quit. And then
Yeah.
you just push through it. And then you're kind of glad you did after
Yeah.
because you were able to get past that mental hurdle.
Yeah. The good thing about it is we had one kid show up on a Saturday, so they're only coming Monday, Wednesday, Friday,
Yeah.
and they're coming with they're being brought, but Saturday or any other day is at their own expenses. If they can come, they can come. If they can't, they can't. But one of them came on Saturday and absolutely loved it.
That's cool. That's awesome.
So that's the goal, like
Yeah.
for them to jumpstart. But like I think that's like the very small piece that we still gotta that is already working. I think the bigger piece is what Joe's doing here at the wellness center.
The other domains, right?
Yeah.
Trying to figure out. And how, I don't know how much, like I said, I don't know how much you could say, so you can stop me whenever, but like, how do you think they're taking to that sort of stuff?
Obviously there's a little more friction trying to get them through
Yeah.
the therapy side, because right now it's almost like a group therapy session.
Yeah.
So that's like one of the barriers we kind of want to remove, is get more like onto the wellness coaching side, where you can actually work with them individually so they have more of an awareness, so then when they're in the group they actually understand what you're talking about. Because right now I do therapy with only one of the kids that's in our group, and so as far as trying to get the other ones to understand what I'm talking about, it's really dependent on what their therapist works with them on. And so they're at different levels, you know what I mean? So ultimately, I don't even want it to be therapy. I want it to be wellness coaching, and I want all of them to be engaged with it individually as well as in a group session where they can kind of build. But I think ultimately our goal isn't just those two things. It's to tie them into every single one of the aspects of wellness. So getting them a mentor and getting them some guidance and getting them tied in occupationally with maybe a program or something, so they can get some skills to actually have a good job and get out of their environment and all of that. Like, it's all encompassing, right?
Yeah.
And so that's the overall goal, and we're not even close to there yet.
So like you teaching about photography or calligraphy or
That
whatever,
was awesome.
you know, things like that. Because one of the biggest things that we also talked about when we were having a meeting is that we have a lot of members at the gym that all either own businesses or, you know, they have some sort of skill or trade that they can pass along to someone else, and they not even know it, you know. And these kids are like sponges right now, and that's why we chose to work with the 13, 14, 15, 16, 18 year olds, because a lot of them just aren't given options. So we want to be able to give them options through what we have at the gym and through what we develop here at the wellness center and through the program.
Yeah, because that's all it takes, huh? Is just experiencing that one thing, and they're like, "Holy shit, I like this thing."
Yeah.
And then that ends.
And they don't have to like CrossFit.
Yeah.
You know, that's just like, again, it's a small part of what we're just trying to. It's just like an avenue that we're using to get them out of where they're at right now.
Yeah. But even if they just take that mental threshold part of CrossFit or anything, any sort of benefit that benefits them, like I just exposing them to those things is huge, because then they're able to take something from it, you know, anything from it.
I think the number one thing about CrossFit that's good is it's putting them into an uncomfortable position for an hour that they can't escape, that there's other positive people around them that are going to help them push through that roadblock. So it's just developing that strategy, like you said, that you can use in the rest of your life, where you're developing a skill set without even knowing it to be able to overcome obstacles.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing about it. And so, you know, whether or not you like it or not, or you want to be competitive at it or not, it's still improving your physical and mental well-being, right?
Totally.
So, yeah.
We'll get there.
For sure.
We're only, not even started.
Infant stages.
Yeah, we haven't even started yet.
Well, when you guys told me about the idea, I was like, that's awesome, because it's like two super brains getting together to help.
It's more super than mine. I'm just there.
I mean, I didn't want to say that, but I mean, yeah.
I said it. It's fine.
Yeah. Just kidding. You guys are both super brains. That's dope. That's cool.
It just takes the right people, right time.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it is.
I think it's huge, man, because I mean, this is plug and play any city, any town. Like, it's awesome to be able to give a community something like this to where they can come and focus on their mental health, especially because, I mean, it is a time and a place for it now, because I think for a very long time, like from our parents and then from our grandparents, like not even just the emotional wellness domain, but just wellness in general wasn't really thought of as a necessity other than like just living and surviving. We were talking about it before actually the podcast. It was just how different, like, and then I think maybe even think like it'll change, because your kids and the generation that your kids grow up in, the world that they grow up in, is going to be very different from ours. You know, they're going to be dealing with technology and how the information, like, we think we have a lot of information overload. By the time like they're our age, you know, it's going to be, I mean, there's going to be no secrets. People are going to be able to know everything about anybody all the time. It's just going to be a different thing. But if you can give them those tools as far as like how to manage themselves, then they'll have a better chance at managing what's around them. Yeah. That shit's it's crazy, dude, because there's a lot of people. We have a running list right now. Did I tell you about the list?
I saw it.
We have like a running list of shit that people say. And one of my favorite ones of Steven's is, "Did you fucking pay for that?"
I don't say that a lot.
Well, it's not.
I don't say that.
The
a
list
lot.
isn't.
Like who said it?
It's not like a say it a lot. It's if it's funny and you said it, I'm putting it on there.
I don't say that very because I'm not money driven. I don't really ask.
No, you only said it to me one time. Actually, it was with this shirt.
One time.
It was with this shirt, and he comes up to me, and I like just walk into the gym.
Offended
I just walk into the gym. He's like,
time.
"Did you fucking pay for that?" And I was like, "Dude, I just."
It wasn't even like that, you ass. Fucking A, dude. This is where we have conflict.
A lot of the stuff that I tell Steven, it's like literally just me. He just does it to me. He doesn't do it to anybody else. It's just me. So he's not gonna go.
So is the book gonna be called "Phrases That Hurt Eric's Feelings"?
No, it's not. God, I need to fucking stop hanging out with Evan because I'm starting to do the thing that he does.
Dude, yesterday, so he's talking about like dating a friend to Amber, mind you, my 6-year-old, and he's like clapping.
To what?
Like he goes, and we're gonna get married, and we're gonna do this. And we're like, I'm like, he says it with like,
with authority,
this
huh?
is what we're doing.
We're gonna do this. It's gonna be a destination wedding.
Yeah.
And everyone's gonna be there.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it was.
funny, man.
Yeah,
He's hilarious.
and he's only 6.
He is a fucking character, dude.
He's funny, man.
He's so funny.
He
He's
is funny.
hilarious.
Okay, so yeah, Project We's gonna be awesome. It's not
Yeah.
done yet.
Yeah.
It hasn't even started. Like we're still trying to figure out some little things that are in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I mean, Joe still has to work on his wellness center.
Yeah.
He has
Well-
to, put a little bit of pizzazz on it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're thinking about a mural. So a mural for he approached me about doing a mural in the
Do it.
What
you
do
gonna
you think?
I don't know.
We're like maybe we'll talk about it on the podcast tomorrow.
Yeah.
My dumb idea was to do is you paint the float tank as a spaceship, and then you paint it you paint the whole room black. So then and then you stick those glow in the dark stars everywhere.
It's gonna be a little boys' room.
Huh?
This is like a little boys' room.
Yeah, but the little boys' room where you can float and freak out.
I'm surprised you didn't want to paint the float tank into like a little car bed or something.
That's kind of essentially what it is, dude. You paint it. Maybe we can wrap it in foil.
Little
Exactly.
like aliens everywhere. Area 51.
Did it die? It's about to.
Area 51.
And pause. Go ahead and switch it. And we're back.
All right.
And we're back.
And we're back.
That was checking my phone.
What? How we on time? How we on time? Okay, then we'll be good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to be
Eric,
considerate of your time. Yes, sir.
what do you got going on?
Nothing. I literally do nothing. All I do is go home and cry every day.
That's
All I
a
do
lie.
is- all
And
I do
drink
is-
White Claws.
All I do is drink White Claws, and Yvette's doing the thing.
Oh
And
goodness.
Yvette's doing it. I didn't invite her.
That's
dude.
just her
Here's the
way
thing.
of getting in.
Here's the
in
thing.
it. She's just
I-
waiting for you to
I-
ask her to be in the convos.
I didn't invite her.
Oh.
She's all.
Joe.
No, I'm just kidding. Well, I just got back from Alaska and
this
from
one.
my trips.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, I
that's
just
fine.
got back and that was cool. So like I do a lot of work with like X Endurance still. So X Endurance is like primarily my work. So if you go on X Endurance is like social media primarily, like a big percentage of their stuff is stuff that comes out of my
Your
room.
pictures, your videos, and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
So stuff like that. Right now it's the summer, so it's like kind of like a slow season. So a lot of weddings are like if I do a wedding, it's usually out of town.
San
so-
Diego.
I didn't go to San Diego this year. I went to Alaska this year. Just did that one. What else? I
Damn.
went to Chicago this year
Chi-town.
during the summer, and those are beautiful. But here it's obviously hot as dick, so there's no. And then
Wait, you think
hot as
dicks are
balls.
hot?
no.
Is
It's
that, it's cool, man.
well,
Well, you set yourself up for that one.
no, Steven.
So, tell us about your bike ride event with your dad.
What about it, dude?
How was it?
It was fucking cool. It was rad.
Did you ride a mountain bike?
Yeah, I
How
did.
long?
Dude, you know what pisses me off? Okay, so I said this and I was like bikers are maybe the only other thing other than the UFC then people are just casually walking around in their underwear.
Yeah.
It is the fucking
Weightlifting.
weird.
Have you ever been to a weightlifting
Okay, well,
competition?
yeah,
You're a
weightlifting.
fucking leotard.
Yeah, okay, so weightlifting, fighting, and fucking
And
bike riding
Swimming.
is like wherever, but not in like public. Like when are you gonna like swimmers are like in a domain, right?
Sure.
They're in a pool,
Okay,
they're in a
got
thing,
it.
they're in their zone. But like with bikers, with bike riders, it's just people openly in their fucking underwear that
Sitting
wouldn't be
at
in their
fucking
underwear.
Starbucks
Dude,
sipping
they
Yeah.
might have the weirdest
They do,
fucking.
too.
They might have the weirdest fucking setup just to ride a bike. All right, sorry, Dad. So my dad,
Aerodynamic, bro.
So my dad wears this like essentially a wrestling singlet, but it's so skinny here. Like he pulls it up from here and it goes up like right here on his nips, and then he has to put like a shirt over it, and it's supposed to be like aerodynamic. But essentially, he's just wearing like what I wear. But I wouldn't wear that to like CrossFit because like your junk is out and you got a moose knuckle.
Unless you're you're Diego.
Everybody has a moose knuckle,
Unless you're
dude.
Diego.
Unless you're Diego. But here's another thing: is like those things they have padding like on the
butt?
on the
Yeah.
gooch.
Yep.
Dude, it feels like you're wearing a fucking diaper. It's so crazy. So dude,
It was perfect for you.
So
then,
I had
right?
so my dad, we were gonna do this bike ride event, right? Because I
Right.
told you I wanted to do the event.
Yeah.
I told them after going to that competition, I was like, man, I want to fucking do something, and I was like, I'm gonna do something. So the lowest hanging fruit was like, okay, I'm gonna go ride bikes with my dad. So the closest one, the nearest one I can do is one in San Diego, like in a week, and we can't go like at a reasonable time, so we had to wake up the day of at 4 a.m. to go to San Diego, and so here I am, and I had to wake up really fucking early, and I set my alarm at 4:55 because I was like, I got my shit ready, I'm gonna pop up, get in the car, and like wake up. 3:55, and I popped up, and really all I hear my dad is, hey, when do I wake up? I wake up to him, and then I get smacked in the nuts. You know, I'm trying to wake up, and I get smacked in the nuts by my girlfriend, and I wake up, I'm like, fuck. And then I get in the car, and I sleep the whole way there, but it was so uncomfortable because the whole time there, I was wearing this fucking diaper underwear, and I was so fucking uncomfortable, and I should have wore the diaper underwear when I was sleeping because it would have protected my nuts when I got smacked in the nuts. But the whole time, it's so uncomfortable, dude, and I never thought to, like, take it off. Because when I was done, because it's just
You're
weird.
wearing it the whole
I was
day.
wearing it the whole time. Me and my dad were having a conversation about it. I was like, do you think like people just wear these most like after they're done? It's just fucking. It's so uncomfortable, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't like it at
So,
all.
Joe, have you ever done a bike?
No, not road bike. Mountain
So-
biking.
We're gonna do
Mountain
it.
biking school. We should do both.
Mountain
We
biking?
should make that a thing next year.
Fuck no. Not doing
like,
mountain biking.
Well, not like fucking down Telegraph. Full, calm down.
Okay,
We'll work our way
no,
up that
yeah,
shit.
okay, dude, that is hard. Road biking is.
Like road biking
Yeah.
would be cool. I'm down.
Dude, I burned the most amount of calories that I've ever burned, like doing that race.
Sick.
It was fucked
Now
up.
I know why they go to Starbucks right after.
All the time they need to eat. Well, my dad
Or
lost
mostly muffin.
He lost a lot of weight
Or
just doing that.
cafecito.
If you could just let go of the beer,
How
Well, he doesn't need to. He's fucking retired.
yeah, he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
how long was it?
25 miles, so it was like it was a short one. Dude, it was so fun because like, so we started in San Diego, and like I forgot what exact, like right where Petco Park is, like right downtown, right there. And so we start there, and then we go around, and they close off half of the Coronado Bridge.
Sick.
So we got to ride on the Coronado Bridge to Coronado Island, all around Coronado Island to like this back bike trail in the back of like San Diego, like getting into Chula Vista, and you ride all down Chula Vista all the way down to.
That sounds awesome.
Dude, it was fucking fun. My dad, I had to ride the mountain bike, so it was heavy as shit.
You were last.
No, I'm actually really fucking fast.
You're not last.
I was not in last.
Was there any aggressive dudes like just taking it too serious?
No, and I was afraid of that because so my dad went to it last year, so this is the second year doing it, and last year he like essentially got into a fucking fight.
That's
It pretty
awesome.
much, and then I was like, "You're such a wuss. You didn't fight nobody, bro."
What's up, fool?
It was dude. I just can't picture like he's so non-confrontational. I can just imagine him being like, "Hold on," like putting his hands up and trying to calm everybody down. Nah, but last year like it's because there was like 3,000 people riding.
That's a
awesome.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah, so when you start like in waves, because it's a fun run, right?
Yeah.
So you don't want to be dipping. I try to dip out, but it's just funny because like people in Coronado, not everybody, obviously, like percentages, but like the people that don't want to get out of their daily routine, like they were so fucking mad at us because like we're using the bike trail, and then like people don't like just want to either get out of the way because there's like signs everywhere, special biking event,
Yeah.
aka get the fuck
That's
out
probably
of the
been there
way.
all week.
So there's like thousands of fucking
Yeah.
people riding on the side, and then there's this one guy running, and he's like fucking assholes, and like trying to run by. And I was like, dude, there's an
He's
event.
that rich guy that just thinks
He's
he
like,
owns the island.
Fucking bikers. And just kept going. I was like, dude, get the fuck, dude. My dad almost got dusted, bro, because he was like trying to see, and then he was like, because some fucking guy on a bike was just trying to do it.
That
He's
doesn't
funny,
sound
dude.
Fun at all.
It's kind of adorable. He's got all these little signs. He's just like
That sounds like an anxiety attack
biker
waiting to happen for me.
guy. Like he has these things that he does, like when you're riding, like for me to look. He does that when we're riding quads too. He's just like, I'm like, I get it. There's a fucking barbed wire there or something.
You know what
Just trying to
the
look for you. Look out for you, bro.
Yeah, I wanted to go fast. He kept wanting to stop. I was like, let's just get this thing done. I do CrossFit. I just want to get it over with. Because he kept wanting to stop. I was like, I can't stop,
You've been
dude.
doing CrossFit for
Just
like
do
2
it.
months, bro.
I know, literally in 2 days.
You know what the worst thing to work as a police officer is?
Out on a bike.
No, let me guess.
Parades.
Oh, because then you got some fucking 14-year-old.
People get pissed
You got
because
some-
the road's blocked and they can't get through, and then there's like an alternate route.
And then they get mad at you, huh?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
fuck
like-
you, cop. This is your idea.
I don't want to fucking stand out here in this hot ass sun.
This is the city's fault. They're the
Yeah.
one doing the
I'm
fucking
just
parade.
working.
I'm just making sure you don't run anybody over.
Can you just fucking
Dude, they
go
get-
that way, please?
People get heated.
I'd get so impatient if I was a cop. Like, just fucking go that way, dude.
It's like you get mad at the server.
If I was a cop.
Like you get mad at a server for bringing you like your steak well done when you ordered it rare, but you know damn well the servers didn't even cook it. She
Yeah,
just
it's not
brought
the
it to you.
server's fault,
It's
asshole.
the
She
fucking
just grabbed
dipshit
out
in
the
the
thing.
back. Yeah.
I'm
It's a
gonna
dipshit in
need
the
you to
back.
take this back.
This
Because
is
you
your
fuck.
fault.
This is your fault.
Yeah.
I didn't do it. That is fucked up, dude. And he has some 14-year-old with like purple hair yelling at you because he just wants to like go home.
Yeah.
Just fucking walk around, Trevor.
Yeah. We gotta go now.
Just fucking. Sorry, not you, Car. You're not 14 years old
Or a boy.
or a boy. Fucking Trevor just wants to get home. And he just has nothing better to do because he's gonna play Fortnite.
Yeah.
Trevor needs some wellness coaching.
He
Fucking
does.
Trevor.
Fuck off,
He's going
Trevor.
through withdrawal because he hasn't played in a while.
Trevor's out there yelling at Joe. Why is there a parade today? It's a fucking Sunday. I'm just trying to go home. I'm walking home from school.
There's-
It's
I think-
Sunday.
I think there's a parade on Monday. 'Cause it's
This
Labor
Monday?
Day. It's Labor
Fuck
Day.
that, dude. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be Trevor.
Oh.
Why is there a parade today?
You know what? It's funny about those parades, dude. People love it.
People get lit. I
Yeah.
like it too.
Yeah, they get their. I think no, there's probably not one this month. It's too fucking hot.
Is it the fort? Fuck you. I'm not going outside.
But people get their burritos and lawn chairs. And
Dude, I was pissed off when my mom did the Red for Ed thing. I was like, you're fucking crazy. You won't go to the gym, but you'll walk like half of Yuma just for this Red for Ed thing? I'm in. So I was in.
I'm in.
I'm in. That was tight.
Yeah.
My mom was exhausted, but it was fun.
Yeah.
What month was that?
I don't even remember.
I just remember it was hot as balls.
last summer,
Oh my god, dude.
beginning of last summer.
You
Yeah, it
remember
was right.
that?
It was right. I think yeah, right before end of school last year.
I've never seen so many enraged 40-year-olds. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
I mean, they just wanted a little bit more money, dude.
I'm not mad at it, dude. I was in. I was walking with my mom. I took pictures of the thing. I climbed on top of a building.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we went on that side by side ride for Baby Jared, the poker run.
That was fucking cool.
Yeah, I've never done.
Oh, yeah, we
that
haven't
was
talked
cool.
about it. That was
Yeah.
fun. You ever
So
done?
Baby Jared, he's like not even a year and a half maybe.
Oh, boy,
he
dude.
got diagnosed with leukemia. He's actually getting a bone marrow transplant, which is even gnarlier. Which means it's yeah. So anyways, they did a benefit ride for him. So it was a poker run. So it was $25 per side by side, or UTV, and any person that wanted to play poker is $15 extra. But all of it, obviously, it was a 50-50 raffle. But it was like at night on a Friday. I had never been to one of those. I was like, all right, let's see what happens. That was pretty cool, dude.
Yeah.
It was cool, and adrenaline. It was pretty
There
cool.
was a lot of
There was
people
like
there,
40
dude.
side by side.
I took some pictures, but I don't
Yeah.
think the pictures do justice because when you're out there in the desert, like, you're not going side by side. Like, you're in a line. So
Yeah.
there's dust fucking everywhere. But it was cool. I've never seen something like that. Like, I grew up riding out like that, but with, like,
other than at Glamis or the Sand Dunes, but
yeah, that was cool.
not
That everybody.
in town in the fucking desert foothills.
Yeah, it was cool. We went everywhere, huh? We started at Pacific. We went everywhere. I kind of wish it was a
Cool.
little bit more in the daytime because, like, I would see, like, we went all the way to Jester's, and I was like, oh, I know this little area. But it
Yeah.
was dark. And then
Yeah.
I was like, oh, shit.
I don't know where I'm at.
And, yeah.
And then we went all the way back to my house. So we went from the foothills, like Gestures, all the way down to the valley.
yeah.
And I think I only wasted like not even.
You got to
quarter
start
of a
driving that
tank.
thing every
Yeah.
day.
Not even a quarter of a tank.
I'm going to sell all my stuff
was
and get a
pretty cool.
Can-Am.
Yeah.
Those things are
That was
cool.
I get a razor.
Fuck
You
yeah,
should
get a
get one.
razor. I'll follow you on my quad.
Fucking put rapid in human equation.
That'd be cool.
Right.
That can be your work. That can be your work thing.
Just drive it here.
Yeah. That can be a therapy thing. Let's just go right on the Can-Am, huh? That can be like
Let's go
a...
hit those whoops back there.
Yeah.
Oh, I swear to
'cause
God, I'm going to be
what is it,
better. Ah.
Jackrabbit? Is that what this? Right?
Yak Rabbit? Yak
Like right
Rabbit?
behind the swap meet, right? We're like right here. Shit, let's go
Oh, shit,
ride.
bro. Let's go ride, dude. Huh?
And then County 19.
Bishi
That was
County
the last
19,
time we
dude.
went riding before the last time.
Yeah.
That was
Damn.
over a year, almost not a year ago. It was February.
Has it been a year?
No, that was in February.
When will it be a year?
What?
Then since then. Oh, that was February.
Yeah, I just said February, you
Duh,
fuck.
duh. Damn. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, but that was cool. That was a different charity. I've never been to. It was fun.
Yeah, and then they brought trash bags for like cans and stuff, which is cool because
That's it.
motherfuckers ruined the desert.
Yeah, so that people could take. Yeah, that was what it's like. Take care of it, so that way we can do it again. And
I'm so
there's no,
happy they
like,
said that,
fucking
to be honest,
bullshit.
because people are.
Messy, yeah.
You brought that up.
Oh
You want me to
yeah,
tell you about it?
yeah. You guys had left the hole in the bag, then you spilled everything.
I'm sorry.
There went that bag. Nah, we ended up putting everything in the trash though.
Apologize.
So it's all good.
That was fun. Your Can-Am's hooked up, dude.
Not yet.
What do you mean, not yet? It's got everything.
Not yet.
What else do you need?
I told you I need a winch.
Oh, you keep saying the word winch, and I keep thinking it's like a small bird.
No, there's some suspension work I want to do to it and stuff like that.
You can never have too as much.
It
Has
just
he
kinda
taken you
make-
on the Can-Am yet?
No, I never went on
No,
yet.
we will soon.
Yeah.
So the Can-Am is for Aiden and Evan, by the way.
That was cool.
Like that's literally the only reason why it's there now.
That's a fucking cool thing to grow up with as a Can-Am.
Yeah, I mean, I had like 3 quads growing up.
Yeah, did you ride in your back? Well, your backyard was
The
like
dunes.
the fucking yeah.
We'd go to the dunes every weekend.
The dunes is fucking sketchy, bro.
Not anymore though. It's fucking way too much. My anxiety will fucking.
Me too. Growing up, we went to the dunes, and I kept telling my dad, I was like, dude, I don't want to go to the fucking dunes anymore. And he's like, why? Because I like my life. I
Yeah.
don't want to fucking
Yeah,
die,
there's
dude.
a lot of fucking. Yeah,
Dude,
man.
I can't tell you like how many times I've seen people get fucking helicoptered out of there.
Yeah.
Because like people, especially now, it's almost a little bit worse because when I was going there, like people were riding quads and like golf carts. Like remember when they were tricking out their golf carts? People would trick out their golf carts, dude.
Yeah.
You had a
we had
badass
one of
golf,
those too.
golf
lifted.
cart,
I don't
golf
think I've
cart.
seen that.
Before it was like a razor, you had a golf cart or someone would make a custom dune buggy.
Yeah, but then now like people have
Fucking
everybody
golf cart lifted.
sick as
system.
fuck, dude.
Super cool.
I
and
can't tell you
dangerous
how
as
many
fuck.
times we
Yeah.
flipped our golf cart.
Yeah.
And people were doing that all the time, and it was actually kind of half of the fun. Like you'd almost try to like go on 2 wheels or something, or make it do a wheelie. We used to do that in a golf all the time.
It's cool that. Oh, there's a lot of people trading in their quads and stuff for a side by side.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot more safer and people are having kids. And stuff
So
like
the
that.
thing, the negative part about that, which is like not to be a Debbie Downer, but like, the dunes is fucking dangerous. Like if you don't know how to like, if you didn't grow up riding in them,
Yeah.
and like if no one teaches you how to like read terrain or put a flag on your shit or how to like
or
approach
pay
a
a
dune,
fucking fee.
or
'cause
pay
it
a fucking
costs a lot
fee.
of money now to even
Like-
ride your shit there.
yeah. But people just fly over shit, and then you don't know if there's like somebody on their quad on the other
On
side,
the other side.
or like some people just fly over shit because, like, a benefit out there is like, yeah, you can drink a little bit. It's kind of fun. It's kind of tight if you keep it low key.
It's more
But
regulated now.
it is
probably.
more regulated for sure. But that's part of the fun. 5 minutes. But thank you. But the thing is like more or less is like people don't know how to fucking drive them correctly because they're just flying off of shit,
Yeah.
you know? And when you fly off of shit and you don't know what's on the other side, because dude, they're fucking fun. Like I want to fly off of shit too, but you gotta just.
It's
make
like
sure.
building a fucking ramp when you're a kid, like with 2x4s and a fucking.
fun.
See what happens when we launch it.
And then 80% of the time
It
you didn't
doesn't
do it
work.
right. You just go boom.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was part of the fun though.
Oh
Yeah.
man, let's go jump something.
You got like 10 feet of air that time.
Napoleon. Yeah,
Fucking Napoleon.
that's good times.
Well,
So wellness.
wellness.
I
We went totally off the wellness.
don't
Well,
know.
that's
So
kinda-
what all else do you need to do to this place to make it like? When are we gonna have a grand opening? How about that?
Are you gonna do a soft opening, or are you gonna do like a big one? We're gonna cut a ribbon. Yeah,
no,
do a
definitely soft. Yeah.
Oh,
Gonna
soft.
kind of do it.
I've never done a grand
I'm
opening.
low key.
I've never
Yeah.
done a grand opening.
You guys know how I am. I didn't do it at my gym either. When I was in the CrossFit gym,
You're like,
It was-
"Hey,
it was
we're
super.
open."
Yeah,
I just told people, hey,
Yeah.
we're open.
Hey,
It's
I'm
open.
open.
Come
over. here.
I'll give you a free
I
couple.
feel like you
classes.
need a little soft opening though, especially because I don't think a grand.
Can we
opening-
just stop saying soft opening? It just makes me winch. Makes me winch.
No. No, but I think what I'm gonna do is we're gonna try to get a couple free classes for people come try yoga.
Cool.
Here in this, not this week, but the following week,
Cool.
and then I already started doing wellness coaching, so I
Sick.
just need to
I mean,
start
that-
advertising.
that's
I'm gonna
what you do.
advertise it all. Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah. So that's already open, and the float tank should be up here in
Week.
I want to
A
do that.
week,
I want to
yeah.
do that
Week
in
at
the
the
yoga.
most.
Sick. We should make a video of you going in the float tank.
the first time.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. What, you think that was gonna be funny?
See how you feel.
I'm gonna put a little fake turd in there.
No, dude. Why?
This is what we fucking get.
You're an
No,
asshole.
I'm just kidding, man.
Okay. I'm just glad you're laughing. That's fine.
Yeah. All right. So cool, man. I'm excited. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for us. I'm excited for you.
Why?
Even
Thank
though
you.
you don't think I am.
Friend therapy.
Yeah, yeah.
Joe
This was,
started it.
this was a great session. We should do this more often.
Yeah, that was a good session.
You're gonna pay the bill, right?
No, you are. You're closer to him.
You're right next to him.
Put it on my tab, Joe.
So where can people find you?
So you can go to humanequationwellness.com, which is spelled normal, or you can go to The Human Equation, spelled EQ8ION.com. On Instagram at Joe Ombrello or at The Human Equation with the 8. And that's it.
Well, also too, if you need wellness coaching, obviously reach out to Mr. Joe over here. He'll get you all domained up. But if you're also looking for some CrossFit programming or personalized programming,
Yeah, you
hit
do a
Joe up
lot.
as well.
Yeah, and so I have another one I didn't mention. It's at Human Equation Programming, which is all CrossFit programming. Well, metabolic conditioning mostly, but I also do like strength work and stuff.
And
So,
it all hurts.
If
Yeah.
you want to get at my boy,
Yeah.
hit
If you
him up.
want some of these?
Dude, you're gonna make him not get any business.
Sorry, I don't want to rip my shirt off.
Oh, excuse me.
Sorry.
So, all right, cool, man. So, I don't got anything else.
Me neither.
Yeah, we're
This
good.
was fun. Thanks
Yeah.
for coming back on. Thanks for letting us use your space, by the way.
Yeah,
I just
of course,
unplugged all your
anytime.
shit and I
We
was like,
should
let me
definitely
just move
do
it.
another one while we're like sitting in the yoga space.
Just
Yeah.
that'd be
Sit on
pretty
the
cool.
floor, just fucking.
Let's see
yogi
who
it
can
out.
sit in the crisscross applesauce for the
Oh,
longest.
dude, I would fucking not gonna
You would
win
lose-
that one.
I don't think I would either.
My hips are fucking tight.
Yeah, your hips lie all the time. Your hips are definitely lie. All right then. Well,
All right.
thank you guys for listening to another episode. We out.
We out.